Hello and good morning, everybody. Oh, it's been a morning. I'm in the living room today. I have cats jumping all over the place. I have dogs barking outside. Some people are doing the lawn. It's a very productive morning, I guess, for everybody, including myself. So, hello. Hello. How are you doing? Good morning. Today is November 14th, and yeah, we have some fun things to talk about today. Vintage Brunch. I see Frank is here. Good morning, Frank. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. It was fun seeing you on Friday. So, yeah, um, I have some really interesting topics to talk about today. Kind of some, uh, basically, I don't know if this is it's I think it's the beginnings of some big changes in within the vintage reselling and vintage fashion um, community. So it kind of started last month, and we'll touch on it. Good morning, JRKR. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. You never get up this early? Yeah, I usually don't on a Sunday, but I'm trying to be, a little more productive when it comes to the weekends. So I'm typically a little bit of a lazy person, but yes. So let's see. How is everybody doing? I had a very I filmed a video yesterday and it was a bit of a fail too. I went to they my friend said that there was a garage sale event at the local fairgrounds, and I went there and it was closed. So I filmed like a whole getting ready with me process and like a really cool, like fun video, and then I get there and it's literally just a gun show. So I don't know what happened. I saw the flyer, and the flyer said that it was going on until 5 p.m. And I was like, man, I have a little bit of time. And, if I get there later in the evening, maybe I'll get some better deals. Uh-uh. No, unless I wanted to, go and buy some ammo or something. I think that it was out of the question that day. Oh my gosh, my cat is just trying to jump all over my stuff right now, but we're not gonna, no, please don't. Okay, sorry, distracted. I know. You know what? It it is what it is. So it wasn't meant to be. I'm not really supposed to be sourcing anyway, so I tried to make the most out of the day, and I ended up going to a few Goodwills instead. Didn't really film the process. I was a little disappointed. So um, it totally does happen to all of us. And you know what? It's like, the whole like life gives you lemon. Okay, that happened. We're in real life here. So I have my Mundu here. He is my house panther. Oh, Mundu, say hi to everybody. He just wants to crash the party. So every live stream is better with a cat, especially my big boy. He is 15 pounds, so he's a big chonker. Perfectly chonked. So, you gonna sit on my lap, or you gonna knock all my expensive vintage over? But that's okay. So yeah, I ended up going to a few like Goodwills afterwards, and I did find a few things, actually mostly pottery. And funny enough, there was a sale going on where it was BOGO on clothing, and nothing just, nothing stood out to me. So I guess we'll go right into it and talk about some of my finds for this week. I did also on Friday. I think Friday my thrifting and sourcing luck was all sucked up on that day, because I was actually off on Friday from work. I took off. I had a lot of vacation time and I needed to use it. So and yeah, I just took off Friday and I took off Monday. So I ended up going to an estate sale with Ella, Save Here First. And I found the most amazing vintage clothing lot. I mean, it's not the most amazing, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, and I'll show you all some of my pieces when that in my new, my usual segment.
Oh, yeah.
I always got to do that. I love that little new booty. This is my new booty for the week. Here we go. So, well, let's jump right into it and talk about that lot. So, at this estate sale, Ella had never been to an estate sale before, and I was getting her ready for it. I was like, okay, it's Friday. It's Friday of an estate sale. We're gonna be waiting an hour outside. It's gonna be packed. People are gonna be all up on each other grabbing things. Because good morning, Roy. How are you doing? So good to see you. You missed my cat like knocking everything over. So he understands the cat life. So yes, so I was kind of preparing Ella for this estate sale, and I'm like, it's going to be packed. We're going to have to put our names down and wait for an hour outside. Even though it's nice out right now in Florida, the humidity still gets to you. So, and we get there, and it's just the complete opposite. Oh, I also was like, it's Friday, so everything's going to be super expensive, like stupid expensive. And I'm like, I usually go on Sunday at the last like hours to get the deals. I want the deals. Um, I don't really like to fight people over the good stuff. So we get there and it's everything opposite of what I said. So there was no line. There's maybe two other people inside the house, and everything was reasonable. And I was like, what is happening here? Am I in a fever dream? So it was so much fun. I ended up walking. Well, at first, I always ask, hey, do you guys got clothing? And the lady was like, oh, the family donated all of the clothing to thrift stores or I think it was a non-for-profit organization. I think it was a missionary organization, which is fine. But we're a little disappointed for me because I'm looking for those good jackets and the jeans. So I was kind of preparing myself. I was like, okay, let me go look around for the pottery. I turn the corner into the kitchen and I find a swing vase, and I collect swing vases. And this swing vase, oh my gosh, it was like 2.5 feet long. And I'd never seen one that big in person. And I nearly died. And I was like, how much for the vase? I immediately. And she's like, how about $30? And I immediately countered. I was like, can I have it for 25? And she's like, sure. Bingo! Oh, good morning, Kelly. How are you doing? I'm just telling the story about the estate sale I went to on Friday. So, got the swing vase. I posted a picture on my Instagram in my Instagram stories, but I will post a picture on my Instagram feed to show you all that lovely vase. It's already up away from the cat, so they don't knock that over. But then I go into the garage and I see a table, and it is like stacked with these plastic bags. And I get up close, I see the tag, I see the made in the USA tags, I see boop, 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 bingo. And then also you can see in the bag that everything is single stitch. So there was probably about, I'd say, close to 60 of these bags full of vintage clothing, new, old, dead stock, perfect, so fun. Good morning, Adopted Retrospects. How are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely morning. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. We're talking about an estate sale that I attended. So there not only was dead stock clothing, but there was also loose pieces too. So I want to show you guys. And it was all, oh my gosh, what was that? Losing my voice. It was all cigarette related. So I think this gentleman who passed away was not was part maybe a part of the cigarette company or something. He had a whole bunch of promotional shirts. So these are all Winston promotional shirts. Look at this beautiful eagle on the back. It's gold and it's shiny. Oh, I think I have this shirt in like 4 different colors. But yeah, it's all XL, made in the USA, single stitch. Beautiful, beautiful lot. I nearly died. So, and I got an incredible deal on it too. All of the loose shirts were $3. $3. All of the loose shirts were $3. All of the packaged dead stock shirts were $5. Fantastic. So I snapped up as much as I could that wasn't damaged or like too far gone. And then also I looked under the table and there was a box full of hats, vintage hats. $1 a piece she charged me. Incredible. So I have Jim Beam, I've got Camel, you know, tons of cigarette company. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So a lot of the hats are pretty damaged, but I'm deciding whether to sell the lot as is or if I want to go ahead and restore everything. So as some of you might know, I'm a little bit on the sustainability train. Well, I'm not completely sustainable, but I try my best to, you know, make the planet happy. So that was fun. That was my estate sale thing. We did go thrifting afterwards on Friday and didn't find anything else. Again, I think my luck was all sucked up on Friday. Yeah. So, and then Saturday, I was talking about how I filmed a video and ended up trying to go to this garage sale event, and it was not there. It was done for the day, and it was all a gun show by the time I got there. So I was a little dressed up too, which was fun. You know, I don't mind that, walking into an event not appropriately dressed. So, oh my goodness. So I decided to make the most of the day and go thrifting. So I ended up stopping at a Goodwill and I found a set of 4 beautiful snack plates. So this is by the Lefton company. It still has the Lefton tag on it. I don't think that will ever focus. You can kind of see it there. So Lefton Japan, pretty good brand to look at. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Especially, I really like their kitschy stuff. So a little history about Lefton. So Lefton was one of the first businessmen to support Japan after World War II. I don't know if necessarily support is the right word to use, but he decided to do a contract with them and produce pottery, china, ceramics, and Lefton is kind of known amongst collectors for their kitschy stuff. So the kitschier, the better. There's really some fantastical pieces. And I do have some other ones, but I found a set of 4. These are called snack plates. I think there's another word for that, but they are plates and they have a little spot for a teacup. So yes, I want you to look at, oh, how gorgeous they are. So beautiful. There was a 5th one, but it was cracked down the center. So I left that behind. But yeah, so beautiful. All the holly and everything was just, oh, perfect. Mwah! Chef's kiss. And I paid $4.99 for each set. With my discount, it ended up being $4 flat for each one. And I think I can double my money on them, but if I don't, I'll just use them myself. So we'll see. We'll see what goes, you know. Yeah. So I talked about Lefton and being, yeah, aren't they beautiful? Do you guys collect Lefton? Anybody in the chat? Have you found any beautiful Lefton pieces in the wild? They're pretty desirable if you find the right piece. And I think I'm gonna show some other pieces that are, you know, bolos, I guess. I don't really like to use that term, but because everybody is, looking out for their own thing. But yes, if you do see them, yes. Oh yes, Roy loves some kitsch. Who doesn't love kitsch? It's just fun, and I find that the 1950s kitsch is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Um, Great resale value, great collectability value. So these plates were one of the first thrift store Lefton finds for me. So I have found my next piece. I found. Oh, good morning, Misha. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you. Thank you. No problem. No problem. Um, yeah, Lefton is fabulous. So the plates were my first thrift store find of Lefton. And my next after the last time mom's kitchen. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. You were saying. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, keep rating your mom's kitchen, keep rating grandma's kitchen, ask to, have those pieces. I specifically remember my mother having a whole bunch of Tupperware. And if she is watching, I tried looking for the type of Tupperware and it wasn't still there. Oh, oh, I'm so glad you guys are learning. I hope I'm helping you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put you down so quickly. I'm so glad to help you guys and learn about things because I'm also learning too. I find that we can all learn together, and that's I hope my goal is to help people. So my next Lefton find, I found this in an antique store, and look how cute she is. I believe she is just a salt shaker and she is damaged, but I could not say no. She has a little broken nose, but look at her sweet little face. Do we look alike? Twinsies. No. So yeah, so sweet. I don't know I should have done a little bit more research prior to the stream, but I don't know her name. I know these all have names within the community. So yeah, you also see that she has a little bit of a chip here. But she lives in my cabinet, and I just think she is darling. So how sweet is she? I could not say no to her for $5. Even with the imperfections and everything, she's just going to live with me forever. My other, aw, thank you. Oh, cookie jars obsession. Ooh, cookie jars. Speaking of cookie jars, my next item I'm going to show you is a cookie jar. So, some cookie jars are really desirable. Oh, good morning. How are you doing today? It's so lovely to see you. Oh, also, Patrick, good morning. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday. I know it's early for you all, but yeah, we're talking about Lefton. So, a American businessman started a company using after World War II in Japan called the Lefton China Company, and we're talking about some pieces today. No Pyrex today. So I showed the plate. I showed my thrift store find. the plate. I showed my salt and pepper find. This was at an antique mall for $5. The plate was $4 at Goodwill yesterday. And then I bought this beauty, and it's my like holy grail to find the rest of the pieces. I bought this beauty in a private sale for $25, which is a steal. And we all know that I am a cat lady. So this is the famous Miss Priss. If you see any of these in the wild, snatch them up as soon as you can, if they are a reasonable price, of course, because yes, they are very desirable. So Miss Priss is kind of has an occult following amongst Lefton collectors. She is a beautiful blue little kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. Mine is a little bit damaged, but as we know, I don't mind a little damage. She is chipped down here, and she has a little bit of chipping on her lip. But she is gorgeous, and I love her. So I'm going to take the lid off real quick so I can give you guys an up close and personal look at her. How beautiful. So along with Miss Priss, I believe there is also I'm not a Lefton expert, but I believe there's also a puppy. I think the puppy is pink. And I believe there is also a bluebird. Yes, the bluebird is really desirable too. So yes, but Lefton cookie jars. Here's this. I'll show that. Lefton cookie jars are super desirable. Yes, I know you would have. And for what I paid, I'm extremely happy. I don't think I'd ever get another deal like this on a Miss Priss. So it was definitely. Oh yeah. Can't save all the damaged ones, of course. Some of them are too far gone, but for my personal collection, I don't mind a little bit of chips and whatnot. But for resale value, yes, you want to make sure that your pieces are as close to chip-free and beautiful as possible. Yes, can't save everything, but we try to at least save some, right? Oh, yes, and she does have a little bit of chipping on the edge inside here. But yes, Miss Priss, fantastic. Yes, I think I've talked you guys' ear off about Lefton. Oh, good morning, Miss V. How are you doing? Thank you so much for attending. We're talking about Lefton, but I think we're going to change the subject now. So, oh yeah, absolutely. I think so. It's more sustainable, and I know that word is thrown around a lot, and we're actually going to be talking about more sustainable stuff in a moment. But yeah, I think for personal use, we all can, appreciate a good piece, even if it has some flaws. Not everybody's perfect, so my collection isn't either, but I don't strive for perfection. Oh my gosh, this man, he is sitting on my lap. And he is just purring. Oh my goodness. Everybody, this is Mundu. He crashed the stream earlier. And he is my big house panther. He is 15 pounds and sets off the alarm in my car when he sits in the front seat. Oh my goodness. So yeah, how are you all doing? Did you guys find anything this week? So we'll bring it back to the chat. Tell me some wonderful things you all found sourcing this week. Any fun goodies? Gonna take a drink of my coffee. Yes, I think we do for sure. Oh yeah, Mundu. So yeah, mandu is Korean for like a Korean style dumpling. So he is my big dumpling boy. I call him a dumpling head quite often. So he's just a big man. He was actually found in a Publix parking lot, which is a grocery store here in Florida and in the South. And he was being fed chicken by the employees. And every time I bring home like a rotisserie chicken or chicken wings or something, he goes absolutely nuts. So, yes. um, Never mind. LOL. Yeah, I know what I know what you mean. I know what you mean. We gotcha. Oh, Patrick. Um, so something interesting. I have a very interesting topic to talk about. Um, and it's really it goes in hand with all vintage resellers, also anybody selling on Poshmark, resellers in general, and also people with Shopify stores specifically. I don't know if anybody in the chat has a Shopify store. Please let me know because I'd like to hear your thoughts on the upcoming topic. So one of the big trends in the past like year or so, 2 years, is all about offsetting fast fashion, the sustainability process. I'm not going to go too much into it and get too preachy. If you would like to see a documentary, there was a great documentary. I believe it is called Dead White Men's Clothes. Let me make sure I got that right. Yes, Dead White Men's Clothes. Just if you want to go down the rabbit hole, y'all can go watch that. It is pretty sad, but just heads up, and that's all I'll touch on that. But so one of the things, I believe it started with H&M. H&M offered a clothing recycling program where you could bring in clothing and they would recycle it for you. So found out that they were actually burning the clothing. It was a big to do. They got in a lot of trouble for it. So from what I know, I don't know the specifics of it. I believe they were recycling some pieces, but destroying most of the pieces. So as of last month, there has started a trend within some of the kind of legacy American clothing companies in a buyback program. I don't know. Let me know if you've heard of this. So I read an article by Vogue that was released about a month ago on 10/5. And they talked about Levi's sustainability program that they introduced to offset their emissions. And this is where you can bring in vintage and your used, it doesn't have to be vintage, it can be used Levi's clothing pieces to a Levi's store and you can get a gift card. So let me see if I can I'm going to see if I can share my screen with you all to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here we go. Make sure that's going. All right, it's on there. So this is actually Levi's site, and this is their sustainability secondhand offering. So drop off your Levi's denim and jackets to any Levi's retail store within the US and exchange it for a gift card. They don't tell you exactly what you get for it. So, and then interesting, please note that Levi's gift cards cannot be redeemed for secondhand products. So, what does that mean? Companies are now going to be start selling their own vintage items. So this is a trend. I believe Tommy Hilfiger is also doing this. So they're doing buyback programs where they are buying back their vintage pieces and they are selling it themselves. So, wow, what do we think about that? Let me know your thoughts because this is a very interesting topic. Is it Are they trying to go the way of video game companies and consoles? Oh, good morning, Jen. Jen, how are you doing? You're just here in time for the meat, the meat, as Roy would say, the meat of the conversation. Yes, very interesting, isn't it? So, yes. So, yeah, these mhm, absolutely. Yes. So, I find it to be very interesting. And I'm kind of equating it to what the video game and the console industry is trying to do or tried to do a few years ago. So, way back when I used to be a manager at GameStop and I had my own store, I think it was like my third job. So, before that, it was Hollywood Video. So, yeah, I was a manager at GameStop, and there was this kind of looming um, topic coming down the pipeline saying that all video game consoles were going to go completely digital. Nobody was going to have a physical disc. All next gen consoles were, I think this was PS4 or something. I don't remember which console it was, but they put out an article saying that um, everything's going to be digital, that they're going to take the secondhand market of video game systems and kind of throw it out the window. So they want, I don't I don't want to say that it's a greed thing, but they were trying to wipe out the secondhand market on video games. Obviously, that hasn't happened because it's still business. And at the time, GameStop did a very clever thing and they pivoted. So they pivoted their business plan to include trades in of electronics, including iPads and iPhones and everything like that. Interesting. It was interesting to be within the I don't want to say inner circle, but to see that happening, that change. And this is very similar to it. So, you know, is it full circle? It's is this there's a term, I believe it's called greenwashing. Is it to appear like they want to be sustainable, but not? Because offering your trade-ins for your old vintage Levi's to get a gift card to only use on new product, I don't, personal opinion, I don't know. I think it should be able to be used on everything. So that's my personal opinion, but we are seeing this happen with more brands and I don't think it will stop. I think legacy brands or brands who have had a very bad name when it comes to sustainability. I don't think I'll go as far as like Shein or like Dolls Kill, those top tier fast fashion brands that are, you know, incredibly wasteful to the environment. I don't think they'll go this route, but I'm wondering how. Like I think it'll go so far as shoe companies too. I think this is a very big trend that we as resellers need to watch. And I hope I can share the next thing with you because how I found about this topic is through TikTok. So I really hope I can show it with you guys. Please bear with me as we attempt to do this. And hopefully I don't get a copyright strike or anything like that. Because I feel like it's very interesting information and Mandu is definitely trying to knock over my Miss Pris cookie jar. So that will live over here now. Cat life, you know. Oh my goodness. So I'll give you guys the information first. So I was watching TikTok one day and an account called Shop Back Track came up on my For You page, rightfully so. Um, and he was talking about how yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. I think you guys can sympathize with the cat life. Yeah. Um, so this 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 TikTok video came up, and he was saying how basically he got a here. I'm gonna try to if this doesn't work, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you all so you can watch the video. So he was saying how he received an email from Shopify saying that some of the products that he was selling in his personal store were not his trademark. Like he does not own the trademark, so therefore he cannot sell it. And lo and behold, it was a vintage shirt. So let me attempt to try and show you guys the video. I might have to rewind it, so please bear with me as we attempt this. Bum, 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 bum. Bring out the Stalin dancers. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to share it.
Flag.
I'm going to pause it. We're going to rewind. We're going to make sure you guys can see it. All right, making sure you all can see it. All right, we're going to turn up the volume and we're going to play it. Please let me know if you can't hear the sound on your end.
So this might be the beginning of the end for vintage resellers. Yo, what's good? My name's Eric. I own a vintage brand called Backtrack. We sell secondhand items, vintage items that we hand source all throughout the country, and we have them for sale on our online store. We also do pop-up shops here and there, but the predominant way that we sell items is via our online shop. So yesterday, I get this email from Shopify, who we host our online store through. And basically, the email says, hey, one or two items have been flagged on your shop that you're not the authorized person who owns the trademark to these items to sell. So I click on it to see what it is, and it's a vintage Buffalo Bill shirt from the early 90s. So I click on the link to try to see what they need me to do to remedy the situation, and it basically wants me to sign this contract, basically saying, like, admitting guilt to saying, like, I was knowingly selling, like, trademark items that I didn't own or didn't have permission to sell, but so it just didn't seem right. So I got on the phone to try to talk to support or talk to somebody in customer service, and I explained to them the situation. I said, "Yo, we're a vintage shop. Everything that we sell is, vintage, and it's whether it may be a movie or a TV show or a band or a drink company or a snack food item." And yeah, they said that they would get back to me, and basically they got back to me and they told me. They said it is what it is. If you're not the authorized person who owns that trademark, you're most likely not going to be able to sell these items. And I think it's just a coincidence, or maybe it's not a coincidence. We're starting to see brands get into selling vintage as well. Brands like Tommy Hilfiger, brands like the North Face, brands like Levi's are going through and they're sourcing their own items to sell again. And I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to start seeing these kind of legacy brands get into selling vintage, and if you're not one of their authorized sellers, like one of the stores that already have an account, it doesn't matter if the item's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, it doesn't matter if you found it in your grandpa's attic, it doesn't matter if you found it at a Goodwill. If you're not authorized to resell their merchandise, you're not authorized to sell it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll keep you posted on this as more things develop. So this might...
Yeah. So, Okay, first of all, could you guys hear it? You could hear it, right? Okay, let me know if you can hear it, if you heard it, and that I wasn't just staring at you guys for the the whole time. Wow. You can imagine me at like 2 in the morning on Friday, like laying in bed, and I watched that, and I'm like, what? What? Had an echo, but I could hear it. Okay, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I apologize for the echo. If you guys, I posted the link in there, and if you guys want to watch it without an echo, you can. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what to say. I think I did go into the comments and kind of read some people's opinions about it, and it looks like a whole bunch of people who had Shopify accounts received these emails. So it was not just him, and I don't think this is going to go away. So it is what it is, or is it the next thing? Is it Vero in real life? Mm-hmm. Yes. Are you buying or are you leasing the product? Absolutely. What a great, you know, you're putting up your own money to purchase a product. Is that product really yours? You know, exactly what Patrick Murphy said. So what I don't know. I'm at a loss for words with this topic. All I can see is I think there's going to be big changes. Most, like, some of you in the comments are big eBay resellers, and if you don't know, eBay has a Vero program, which is you cannot use certain keywords, you cannot sell certain products without being, I guess, dinged, uh, being in violation of the trademark agreement with these companies. So and if you get zeroed enough, you get out. You can get kicked off. Good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for stopping in. Yes, it does. It really does. When you, I think, don't they have, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really a big eBay reseller. I think it's like a certain amount of days you get suspended and cannot sell. So, yeah, exactly. I totally in agreement, for sure. Oh, yes. So, yeah, totally. I think you guys should, I think this is something that we all need to talk about, and like really, yeah, exactly. You know, I agree with that. I think this is a topic we all need to be discussing, and it's a very gray area, and I think companies with the money are starting to push in on the market, because I think it is an untapped market when it comes to this. And from what I've read in the oh yeah, yes. So Disney had made some big moves when it comes to resellers and whatnot, banning people's accounts, and going so far as if you signed up for an annual pass and you have sold a certain amount of merchandise on eBay with said email that you signed up for the annual pass, you are banned from Disney. So they did some big moves back a few years ago. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, so interesting topic. He did make a follow-up video. Let me attempt to try. Oh no, I'm sorry. TikTok just likes to play videos as soon as you open the tab. So I'm gonna see if I can play his second video with you guys. Please bear with me a moment. This is in real life. So, and again, I do apologize for an echo. There will be an echo. So here we go. Can you all see me? Yes, you can see me.
So the other day I posted a video about how Shopify sent me an email. Well, not just me, they sent tons and tons of vintage sellers an email threatening to take down our shops because we may or may not be selling branded vintage items on our website. Do you want to know the craziest thing about that whole thing of Shopify sending out these emails? Back in March, they posted a very in-depth guide on how to sell vintage clothing on Shopify. And then if you continue to read the article, it says on your product page for each item, be sure to explain the item in detail, including label information, brand, size, damage, condition. Wait, what? So back in March, it was cool, but now that we're in November, right before the biggest holiday shopping season of the year, it's not cool. What? So the other day,
I'll probably get a strike for that, but yeah. So I thought his follow-up video was interesting. I think the timing is not a coincidence. I think it was, yeah. Banned by Disney. Yes, it is true. It is absolutely true. But you had to, they kind of do encourage you to sell a few items, but if you're going to, for example, when they announced that they were rebranding Splash Mountain from moving away from Song of the South to Princess Tiana's Ride, which I think is a fabulous move because I love Princess and the Frog. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. So, like, you would see these photos of, they were definitely resellers. They were buying trash bags upon trash bags of all the Splash Mountain merch. So as soon as the ride opens, they could resell it. So Disney saw those photos and put, that's when they started, if you are consistently selling, Disney merch for resale value and hiking up the price, and using your email to sign up for annual passes. Yeah. So I believe this also is happening right now with their 50th anniversary too. There are people literally taking eBay pictures within the store, the merchandise on the rack in Disney. So I think that's walking a very tight line with reselling. But this is a different topic for sure. We can circle back. That can be a topic for another time. So, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yep. Also, we have touched on yeah, I think it's a good, you have to sell like large amounts. I think 1 or 2 items is not going to kill you. An occasional Disney thing will not kill you for sure. It's if you have like a quantity of 100, I think then you kind of will get in trouble. Yeah, absolutely. Disney owns Marvel, so just saying. Yeah, just saying. So going along with the convenience right before holiday season too, the shipping upcharges too with the U.S. Postal Service. Their workers are severely underworked. I understand that, and everybody needs a raise who works at the Postal Service. It was just, if you're gonna, I think if you're gonna raise the rates. Don't just do it during the busiest times. I think maybe people are discouraged, with the rate change for sure. But yeah, this topic, I feel, with sustainability and these clothing companies offering buyback programs for gift cards for you to buy new merchandise, turn in your old useless stuff that is probably higher quality, probably is lasting longer, and you can just repair. For something that you might not have for very long. It's it's all talked about the life cycle, and the Vogue article I read. Let me see if I can find that Vogue article. Oh. So, no dead air. You know what? I will post the Vogue article in the description of this video as soon as it finishes. So, yes, I agree with that. 100%. 100%. So, really? Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to look more into that. I like to do my research for sure. But yeah, going back to the buyback program, I think it's I agree. Do we need to unionize? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think there's any way we could do that, but no. I think, as business owners too, is it just another big move by a larger corporation to smash out small businesses? And I think we need to watch this topic closely, and I don't think enough people are talking about it. So bringing it to you all's attention will, I want to hear all of your final thoughts. Please, after this video is over, please go back into the comments and leave a comment talking about your opinions and how you feel about that subject. Also, please share, like, subscribe, whatnot. If you're a moderator in the chat, please feel free to put links and whatnot to any upcoming events or whatnot. We're at the 52 minute mark. I'm going to change the subject. Not going to end just yet. I do want to talk about some other fun things happening. And yeah, so I think this is a conversation that we can continue to have. And if I find out more research or anything, I will definitely bring it to you all back on the channel. Remember, I do a video every other Sunday, and then I do a live stream every other Sunday. So next week will be a video. Following week will be a live stream. Good morning, Diecast. I saw you popped in there. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm sure it is very cold. Oh. Oh my God, you poor thing, you poor thing. Make sure you have a nice hot cocoa or something on me. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Totally. Double taxation for sure. So, all right, switching gears. Here we go. So we talked about the vintage. We talked about my huge vintage smoking lot and estate sale finds. We talked about Lefton, our fun little Lefton vintage, and we talked about the kind of buyback programs within the legacy brands of the United States. So I want to talk. Can I talk about me? Let's talk about me real quick. Not to be completely, self-absorbed. I really don't. I really am not. I wanted to say, and I forgot to mention it in the last stream. I watched a really funny show on Netflix. I think you all should watch it if you are. I think it's like 14 and up. I think it's a hard PG, or it might be an R. I watched The Inside Job on Netflix, and it is hilarious. Absolutely funny. Yes, I know it's my channel, but yeah. Yes, have some hot cocoa, please, my darling. Make sure you warm up. And anybody in the cold states, make sure you warm yourself up, because it is beautiful outside here, and I don't want to rub it in. But yeah, I watched The Inside Job on Netflix. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. It is from the same studio who does Gravity Falls. If you are a Gravity Falls fan, I think you'll like it. Obviously, it's more adult. The humor is great. The quips, the references, so funny. I binged the whole thing, binged it to death. And I rewatched a few episodes too. Great show. So really funny. I liked it. It's all like conspiracy theory, running the deep state, but funny. So totally worth it to watch. Yeah, and I did also. I think my fellow comic book resellers have gotten me back into comics, and I did go on a little comic buying spree. I can bring those to you all next week if you would like to see what I purchased. So, aww. Yeah, it's about, let's see, 74 right now, and we have a light gust of wind, partly cloudy. Beautiful weather. I have an event to go to later on. Yeah. Oh, yes. So Roy and I switch our little brunch talk every other week. So make sure you go check him out. And there is his link below. And after his brunch, I will post my new link to my brunch the following week. Yeah. So those are just a few things. I've gotten back into the peppermint mocha, switched over from pumpkin right back into peppermint mocha. I'm here for it, but I'm not here for Christmas yet. After Thanksgiving, I know a lot of people have been playing Christmas songs and whatnot. We all had a tough year or so, and need a little bit of Christmas cheer. But to me personally, it can wait till after Thanksgiving. No judgment with anybody who wants to do that. Have a holly jolly time beforehand, but yeah. Yes. Buy him a beer for sure. Yeah, I mean, usually after Thanksgiving, pumpkin stuff tends to go away. But there's a severe drop off after Halloween. A lot of people really like to switch gears and go into the peppermint mocha and gingerbread and ginger snap and yada yada yada. So I am drinking my peppermint mocha coffee this morning, so I use the International Delight, but I actually have tried the ciabatta one. Ciabatta? Did I say that wrong? Ciabatta? Yeah, I'm saying it wrong for sure. I do apologize. But yeah, I love peppermint mocha. I don't know how you guys feel. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I am a fan of pumpkin. I really do like pumpkin flavored stuff, but I'm more less sweet pumpkin for sure. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. For sure. I really liked Einstein bagels. I don't know if they're countrywide, but Einstein Bagels had a pumpkin and walnut bagel, like I think 2 years ago. And I completely forgot about it until just this very moment. And I wonder if they still have it because I might go get one. They were so delicious. Yep. I walked into Ollie's, not Aldi's, Ollie's bargains, and they were blasting Christmas music. Also, Salvation Army was blasting Christmas music too. So they're already hyped up for the holiday season. So I'm not though. I haven't been I haven't heard Wham's Christmas. Whamageddon 2021. So if you don't know what Whamageddon is, and it's how long can you go without hearing Wham's Christmas song, which is the last Christmas I gave you my heart, yada yada. So I have not heard it yet. And if I hear it, last year I made it the day before Christmas without hearing it. So one year I made it all the way through Christmas, didn't hear it. Yeah, I like sweet too. I do really like sweet. Mm-hmm. Yum. Yeah, I really like the song. It's just I'm not against Wham. It's just a game. It's a game that everybody plays. So, and I like to play games. I'm always down for a good game to play to see how long you can hear it. Personally, I am more offended by Christmas shoes than any other Christmas song. Um, that's the one I really don't like to hear. So, and on that note, bringing up that like depressing Christmas songs, needlessly depressing Christmas songs. I am going to say adieu to all of you. We are at the hour mark. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for coming and watching my live stream. I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something today. I love these chats with you all, and I love talking about vintage, all things vintage and vintage reselling. Feel free, if you are not subscribed to my channel, the spiel, hit the like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. It would really help me out. Share this video with anybody else who is within the vintage reselling community. I think I said it like 40 times already in this town. This is a topic we need to all be aware of and talk about for sure. So I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you for spending your Sunday morning with me or watching this on the replay. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, my darlings. Feel free, if you are a moderator, to put your link in the chat and share links of everybody else within this chat. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.